Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. In today's video, I'm going to take you to the Department of Veterans Affairs website and go through some FAQs as it pertains to the compensation and pension exam. So make sure you stick around. Okay, everyone, we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Today's video, what are some of the FAQs the VA shares on their website as it pertains to the compensation and pension exam? As a former VA rating specialist, a lot of active duty service members and veterans alike ask me, Dwayne, can I bring someone to my CMP exam? Do I need to bring additional documentation to my CMP exam? What if I have a bad CMP exam? So the VA has done a good job and posted several FAQs. And as a former VA rating specialist, I'm going to share some of my personal opinion as it pertains to some of these FAQs. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So you can see here, share the screen. There we go. So we're at the VA's website. Okay. So if you go to va.gov and you drill down, and I'll share not this link, but the link to the FAQs in the description section of this video. Okay. So you don't have to do a lot of searching on their website. But if you decide to go, when you get to the VA's website, you go under Veterans Benefit Administration. You can see right here, compensation, and then claim exam information. Okay. And here it'll state claim exam information. They have a short video. I would recommend that you watch it. Okay. But most importantly, they also share with you the VA claims process. Okay. Now, as a former VA rating specialist, I have several videos on my YouTube channel where I talk about the claims process, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 of the VA claims process. Here, step 1, they receive your claim. Step 2, claim review. Step 3 is where they will request the CMP exam if they deem you need one. Okay. That's under step 3, evidence gathered. Step 4, evidence reviewed. Step 5, decision complete. Step 6, notification letter sent along with that rating decision. Step 7, process complete. Okay. Now, something else I want to point out, and I'll highlight it. Not every claim requires an exam. It depends on what medical evidence is already in your file and what you included with the application. If we ask you to have an exam, we'll schedule your appointment at one of our facilities or one of our contracted medical examiners. Okay, now let's back up. It says it depends on what medical evidence is already in your file. So, prime example, veteran submits an actionable and sufficient DBQ and or Nexus if needed. Now, as a former rater, if I receive that claim in a DBQ and or Nexus if needed was actionable and sufficient, I was not scheduling that CMP exam. The regulation that covers that is 38 CFR 3.326 sub part B. I'm going to say it again. 38 CFR 3.326 sub part B. There are a lot of people telling veterans, oh, even if you submit an actionable and sufficient exam, you have to go to that exam. Now, if you decide to go, that is totally up to you. What I'm saying is, as a former VA rater, somebody who was trained by the VA when it comes to this process and DBQs, if I receive that actionable and sufficient DBQ, I am not scheduling an exam because the regulation tells me I don't have to, okay? But a lot of VA employees are not following that particular 38 CFR. Let's keep it moving. Then it says examinations with medical disability examination contractors, okay? So while I'm talking through this, take a screenshot, okay? Because they're telling you loyal source government services, optimum serve health services, QTC management, Veterans Evaluation Services, these are their contact numbers. Okay, so if someone emails you, send you something in the mail, call you, you want this contact information. Now, it may not be a bad idea to update your email address with the VA because guess what? On that VA Form 21 526EZ, they ask for your email. Okay. So they can email you, call you, whatever, but it's up to you what information you would like to share. Okay. All right. Now, this is the VA, still on the VA's website, but this is the FAQs, VA claim exam, CMP exam. Okay. It states after you file your disability benefits claim, we may ask you to have a claim exam, also known as compensation and pension exam. Okay. Get answers to commonly asked questions about the VA claim exam. Okay. Why might I need a VA claim exam? A lot of veterans say, Dwayne, they have everything they need. You don't know that because you never rated. Some VSOs, some lawyers say, oh, they got everything they need. Majority of the time, they never rate it. Okay. So there may be additional information needed. And it states this exam would help us determine if you have a service-connected disability. It would also help us rate your disability if you have one. So if you have one, in that DBQ, it's going to tell them the residuals to say, hey, give the veteran 0%, give the veteran 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever the percentage is based on the residuals. Okay. Says we base your rating on how severe your disability is, and your rating will affect how much disability compensation you'll receive. Same thing I just stated. Okay. Reason why I know that, I rate it. Does everyone who files a claim need a VA claim exam? I'm going to highlight this. And the answer is no. We'll ask you to have a claim exam only if we need more information to decide your claim. Again, people, if you submit a DBQ that's actionable and sufficient, there should be no reason why the VA employee is scheduling another CMP exam unless they be like, you know what? I know our examiner is going to say no, I'm going to develop to deny. Okay. Now, you're the veteran. You have to make sure that DBQ, if you decide to submit one, is filled out correctly. Just because that doctor is a medical doctor does not mean it is completed correctly. Just because you got that DBQ completed by a primary care physician at the VA does not mean that it is completed correctly. Get with someone that knows what makes that DBQ actionable and sufficient. Okay. Then it goes on to say, if you have enough medical evidence in your file to support your claim, ding, 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 we'll follow the acceptable clinical evidence ACE process. I totally disagree with that. If that information is enough that you submitted is enough to rate that case, why are you scheduling an ACE exam? Because the ACE exam, the doctor is not going to even call you. 9 times out of 10, they're just going to base it off the information that's in there. So again, I use this same example. If you have a DBQ, what is the purpose? Okay, rate the case and go ahead on. I've rated cases with DBQs without a CMP exam. The quality review team reviewed it and I did not get an error. You know how I know that? Because I was trained as a rater. Okay. Third paragraph, medical evidence may include doctor and hospital reports, test results, and other documents. Okay. Will I need more than one VA claim? You may need, will I need more than one VA claim exam? You may need more than one exam in these situations. And it gives some situations. Okay. So let's just say you're claiming a back condition. You're claiming a PTSD. You're claiming a neck. You're claiming migraines. That's going to be multiple exams. Now, the same examiner could complete them all except the PTSD. That has to be done by a mental health professional. Okay. All right. So now we are about to get into some of these FAQs. I am not going to go through each and every one, just a couple. But again, I'm going to leave the description section I'm going to leave the link to the description section of this VA's website. Okay, so you can go through and look at each and every FAQ. Okay, so it says, how will you contact me to schedule exam? Staff at your local VA medical center or VA contractor will mail you a letter with the date and time of your exam. Now, I'm getting some feedback from a lot of veterans say, hey, they just up and called me. Okay, they didn't get anything in the mail. What should I do when I get the claim letter or phone call? You will need to confirm your appointment. Call the number on the exam letter to confirm the place and time. Also, it states you can request a male or female. Okay. It gives you some examples of some situations. Now, when you make that phone call, something else you want to be asking them, hey, what exams am I reporting for? So if you claim tinnitus and PTSD, and they say, oh, we got an audio and mental health, then you know you're solid. If they just say you got an audio and no mental, that could be a problem. Now, tinnitus is done by the audiologist, and a mental exam is done by a mental health professional. Two separate individuals. Okay. So in that case, the audiologist is not going to be doing the mental health. All right. So you could be getting an additional call. What if I need to change the date and time of my scheduled claim exam? Again, there's the numbers to those third-party contractors. Okay. Let's keep going. Will VA pay me for my travel? What if I miss my claim exam? Look at that one. Okay. It gives some examples called good calls. Okay. So again, life happens, but by all means, try to make that exam. If you got to take off work, take off work. Okay. But they should be giving you ample time. It shouldn't be, oh, you got an exam today. It's 12 o'clock. You got an exam at 1 o'clock. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Now, they go on to the next section, what to expect at your VA claim exam. Now, this is what the VA is telling you. It doesn't mean that it's going to actually happen because you have hundreds of these third-party contractors and they do things differently, but they should be doing them based on the VA guidelines. Do they always do it? No. Okay. What should I bring to my exam? You don't need to bring anything to your exam if you have any new non-VA medical records. They're telling you to submit them. Now, I disagree with this. I would be taking my DBQs for the exams that I confirm that I'm showing up for based off what I claim. Okay, that's just me. What else do I need to prepare for my claim? Plan to arrive at your appointment 15 minutes early. What they don't tell you is make sure you're educated on the process, specifically the diagnostic code criteria for the conditions that you're claiming. That's what they fail to tell you in this, right? What happens at a claim exam? Now, again, people, this is what the VA is saying. This is what should happen. It doesn't always happen that way, okay? It says during your exam, the provider may do any or all of these things: perform a basic physical exam. This may or may not include physical contact. I'm sorry. This may or may not include physical contact. Ask you questions based on the medical records in your claims file. You should be asking questions too. Okay. Then it goes on to say review disability benefit questionnaires. Ask you to get other tests like x-rays at no cost to you. Now, these DBQs, now you heard me say earlier, what would I take to my exam? The DBQ. Because if they are completing this DBQ, there's questions on that DBQ they need to be asking you. The way to hold them accountable to make sure they ask all the correct questions, you have a DBQ with you. All right. Who will examine me? Can I bring a family member or caregiver? Okay. So they go over this as well. All right. Now, second paragraph, if you like a caregiver or family member to stay with you during the exam, you can discuss this with your provider. So if you call ahead, confirm the address, confirm the location, confirm what you're showing up for, say, hey, I got a caregiver. They need to come with me. And you can have that discussion with that particular contractor. How long will the exam take? I did a video on this. Your exam may take only 15 minutes. That's too short. You need to be asking questions. Okay. Look at those DBQs. Make sure you ask the questions. Okay. After your VA claim exam, what happens after my claim exam? The provider will write up the exam report and send it to us, meaning the VA. Okay. Or the regional office. How can I get my claim exam results? Woo, that's a hot topic. You need to request a copy of the final exam report. You can't get the results at your exam or directly from the provider. To request a copy of the exam report, you'll need to fill out a FOIA request or Privacy Act request. They give you the form, VA Form 20-20, VA Form 20-10206. And you can go to the VA's website and download it, okay? And that's where they say you can mail it or take it in person, okay? A couple more FAQs. What information will VA use to make a decision on my claim? Let's take a look at it. We'll review medical records you've given us, DBQ, Nexus statement, exam report from the provider who did your claim exam, right? Now, last one. What if I had a bad experience at my claim exam? If you had a bad experience with the provider at your claim exam, we encourage you to report your concerns right away. You can report your concerns in any of these ways. Give feedback on the contractor's customer satisfaction survey. I did a video on this. Look for it on my channel. You need to be completing that survey. Write a letter and submit it as part of your claim. So let's just say you went in for a joint, back, knee, neck, whatever, and that examiner did not use a goniometer. I think I pronounced that right. Normally I say gonometer, but goniometer. You need to let them know that, because 9 times out of 10, that examiner, if they didn't use it, they're going to mark on that exam that they did use it. So you want the VA to know that and say, hey, you need to schedule me another exam because this measuring tool was not used. Okay. States call the contractor who scheduled your exam. You got the 800 numbers. I don't think they're going to do a whole lot for you. Okay. Then that's the call center, 800-827-1000. Okay. Sorry, this video took a little bit longer than expected, but I wanted to share with you some of those FAQs because veterans, they ask me after the fact. You need an active duty service members. They always ask me after the fact. These are things that you need to be thinking of before you get that email, before you get that letter in the mail, before you get that phone call, of what you need to take, what you need to do before you get there. Now, what the VA did not tell you, or questions that they did fail to answer, what should you be doing before you go to the exam? Get educated on the diagnostic code criteria for the conditions that you claim. 2, understanding the DBQ. Take the DBQs with you. Okay. Hold that third-party CMP examiner accountable. All right. It is simple as that. I cannot explain it any other way. Okay. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Also, you can go out to my website, pick up my new book, VA Claim Success. Once you purchase it, I'll send you a signed copy. Thank you.